Hello again, YouTube fans. I want to thank a subscriber for making a comment on one of my very oldest videos on castling. Um, it just so happens that I saw this comment, and he thanks me for putting up the rules about castling, because even some seasoned players, and I'm not talking grandmasters or anything, but even some seasoned players I've played forget about castling. Um, and they forget whether or not you can castle after you've moved your rook and stuff like that. So this is what I'm going to go over this again, because my very first video, after seeing the thank you note from the subscriber, I watched my old video and I noticed that not only is my voice not very clear, but I was kind of talking very slowly and methodically, and I don't know. I'm tempted to take the video off just because it's so boring sounding. So I thought I'd make a new one with a nice new chessboard. I decided to change the colors on the chessboard and everything like that. So we're going to go over again about castling, because I find my old video kind of boring. And I'll try to make it less boring this time. So here we go. Castling is the only chess move where you get to move two pieces at the same time. Castling is done by first picking up the king, because when you're playing a chess game in real life, now if you're playing a computer, it's different. I mean, the computer will force you to do this, but if you're playing in physical terms, if you're playing with a friend, or especially if you're playing in a tournament, if you're going to castle, you have to let your opponent know that's what you're doing. And to do that, the etiquette and the proper way to do it is to pick up your king first. You move it over two spaces on either side, and then you pick up the rook on that side and place it on the other side of the king. So, like this. This is castling queenside, okay? And then the rook would be placed on the other side of that, okay? Okay? And castling kingside. Let me actually make that a different color. Okay. And then the rook, of course, on the other side of the king. Now you'll notice that no matter which side you castle on, the king is always moved two spaces. Okay? No matter which side you want to castle on, the king always moves over the two spaces. Okay? Castling queenside. And castling kingside. Oh, wait, did I do that right? No, I didn't. Sorry about that. There we go. And castling kingside would be... Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and unhighlight those, because that can get kind of confusing. Okay. And I know it's taking a little long. All right, so no matter which side you're castling on, the king always moves two spaces to whatever side you want to castle on. Okay? Let that soak in. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and castle. I'm going to castle queenside for white. Oh, well, why won't it let me do that? Maybe it's black's turn. Okay. And I'm going to castle queenside for black, and I'm going to castle kingside for white. Okay? That's castling. Okay, now I can back that up, and I can change my mind. Yeah. Oh, a new variation, sure. Okay? That's castling. Now, here's the thing. Excuse me. The thing about castling, there's several rules. Number one, you cannot castle after you've moved the king at any time, even if you move the king back. Okay, I'll demonstrate that now. I'm going to move the king. All right, and it's white's turn. White's going to castle. Okay, now I'm going to move the king back. Oh, I decided to move the king back. Of course, normal playing chess, you wouldn't do this. This is just for demonstration purposes only. This is just to prove to you that you cannot castle after moving the king. Okay, white does anything else. I don't care. Move a pawn. Now I'm going to try and castle. Now remember, I just moved my king. See? You'll get the whistle blowing at you. So the computer will not let you do it. It's an illegal move. Now, if you're playing physically with, in person with somebody, they need to know this because, unlike a computer, they're not going to give you the whistle blow unless they carry around a whistle with them. Okay, so there's a demonstration on that. So let's go ahead and back that up. Now, also, aside from moving the king, you also cannot castle if you've moved the rook on the side that you wanted to castle on. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that. So since I have it set up here for black to move first, I'm going to let black castle first. And white's going to move a rook. Black's going to do anything else. Oh yeah, sure, no variation. Black's going to do anything else. And I'm going to move the rook back. Okay. Black's going to do something else. And I'm going to try to castle. It will not let me castle on that side because I had moved that rook in previous moves, even though I moved it back. However, I did not move the king, and I did not move the other rook. And there you have it. The computer lets me castle on that side because I didn't move either of those pieces. Okay? I hope that clarifies that. Now I'm going to put this on pause. Of course, for you, it would only be a couple seconds, or not even. I'm going to reset this board up, and I'm going to show you a couple more things about castling. Okay? There we go. Okay, so now we have a slightly different situation. Aside from not being able to castle if you've moved either of the pieces, either the rooks or the king, you also cannot castle out of check. You cannot castle out of check. So again, here I have black turn to move. Black, as you can see, is in check. Okay? Black has to get out of check. Cannot castle out of check. Black has not moved the king or the rooks. So normally he would be able to castle, but he cannot castle now because he's in check. Okay? And of course, to demonstrate that, I'll try and let the computer give me the whistle blow. Okay? There it is. However, if black does not want to lose his right to castle, he can put a pawn in the way, for example, get out of check without moving the king. Okay? If I don't move if I move the king right now, I'll lose my chance to castle altogether, as I explained to you that on the first part of this video. So we're going to go ahead and block the check. Okay? Now it's white's turn. So you cannot castle out of check, but you also cannot castle past a square that your opponent is controlling. Okay? So I cannot castle kingside right now. I cannot do that. Okay? I'll let the computer let you know with the whistle blow. Okay? And white did not move the king or the rooks on either side. All right? However, white can castle on this side, on queen side, because the king neither the king nor the rooks have moved. Okay? Okay, and there's that. Alright? Now, to show you that black can still castle now because he did not move the king or the rooks and he blocked the check. Okay? I can show you that I can castle. Now, normally if you're playing a game, naturally I would, if I was white, I would have moved the queen because queen's about to be captured. But we're not talking about actual game here. We're talking about demonstrating castling. So, just to demonstrate that now that black is no longer in check and neither did he move his king or rooks, he can castle on either side right now. Okay? Just to show you that. So there you have it. I hope that, let me actually show you on either side. There you go. Now let's do this. Okay? Yeah, new variation. That's fine. So just to show you that, I wanted to show you what the exact rules are, and I didn't want to bore you to death with my too slow speaking. And to back that up, show you, notice the king moves 2 spaces. You see that? And the rook goes on the other side. Alright? Same with the white. 2 spaces. No matter which side you're castling on, whether it be the king's side or the queen's side, the king always moves 2 spaces to the side you're castling on, and the rook gets placed on the other side of the king. You see that? I'm going to keep replaying that. Alrighty, thank you for subscribing, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. The person who left a comment and thanked me for that video, you're very welcome. I hope that this particular one is less boring than the first one. It was one of my earliest videos. And if you're not a subscriber and you're seeing this video, please subscribe, and thank you for watching, and keep on playing.